What's cooking today? The nation's food, wine, restaurant, travel, and entertainment program. Paul Stern, Eric Hines, in for Michael Horn. Glad to have you here with us. And unfortunately, in kind of scanning some of the wires, a little depressing, I suppose, so to say. But network ratings down for the Food Network.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what that's all about, but.
Well, you know, the Food Network kind of kicked off this big trend of food is fashion, and I think there's a lot of other channels now that are trying to kind of steal the reins from them. So I could see how there'd be some competition in that market now.
And maybe kind of too much of a good thing has a kind of sometimes a way of biting you back into the butt. Of course, their lineup of diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Oh, that's a great one, yeah.
Chopped, Unwrapped, the best thing I ever ate. You would think would be enough to kind of sustain their ratings, but apparently as of late they have been down. And as you mentioned, that you got Bravo and their big Top Chef series.
Chef, yeah.
You got TLC even getting involved with something called Cake Boss.
Have you seen Cake Boss?
Have not seen Cake Boss.
It's pretty amazing. I was really intrigued by the first show. I didn't think I would have gotten as intrigued as I was. It was actually a really interesting show.
TLC, very eclectic with their programming. I was watching, I think I think it was, I want to say one of those unsolved mystery programs with the late CBS broadcaster Harold Dow.
Wow.
So I was watching that. That certainly wasn't a food-related program, but that was on TLC. And, of course, one of my favorite additions to the kind of the whole genre is what they got going on over at this could be, I hate to categorize myself as being in the pocket of a certain type of program, but I love what they're doing over at the Travel Channel. They have this No Reservations. This guy, Anthony Bourdain, does a great job. Another guy does something called Bizarre Foods.
Oh, yeah, Bizarre Foods.
And,
Andrew Zimmern.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This guy will eat anything.
Oh, and you know the funniest thing, I watched that show, and of all the disgusting things that he's eaten, the most disgusting thing that he's ever had to eat was actually a fruit. Of all the things
was it the Asian, the one where it's the scent.
It's like a spiny pear.
He had to open it up, and it was like a creamy. It was called. Oh boy.
I can't remember he said it smelt like 10,000 dirty socks, and he said when he ate it, the flavor was so pungent he couldn't finish it.
I want to say conch or bonk.
I think you're close. Yeah, you're pretty close. Yeah. So you've seen that episode where he couldn't handle it. He couldn't do it.
He actually held his nose as he ate, as he consumed this again spiny skinned fruit.
Yeah, he said it was comparable to stinky socks and rotting flesh. So of those two things, I think I would probably have a hard time eating it as well.
I apologize. I want to say it came from somewhere around Indonesia, but I could be, could be wrong.
Right. Well, speaking of rotting food, scientists have developed a plastic wrap that actually changes color when the food goes bad.
Oh,
isn't that cool? You know, how many times have you gone into your fridge and just not been sure? You know
what though? Not to take anything away from the product, and obviously the product could be a potential guest or sponsor on the program.
Here we go.
But whatever happened to the good old days of having like an untreated? I mean, it's bad enough you're using plastic wrap to begin with. I think they call it. Do they still call it Saran wrap?
The Saran wrap is the name brand, sure.
But that can't be good to begin with. I mean, that's a plastic.
It's a polymer. Yeah, there's a big thing against those polymers. There could be even in some circles.
And you add like a chemical that causes it to change colors into the mix.
Yeah.
That can't be further beneficial.
Well, our own Becky here at the CRN staff, she brought up something yesterday, and it's something that I've heard in the past as well. Her mom actually criticized her for microwaving something with Saran wrap on it.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
I don't think you are, and a lot of people do that.
Ooh, that's not good at all. Another program, one of my favorites, and this could be my favorite, and it's a heavyweight of sorts. It's the Adam Richman's Man versus Food.
Oh, yeah.
This is again, it's the Travel Channel. This could be the kind of the difference maker between what the Food Network when they first came out with Guy Fieri. They were pretty cutting edge, but you know what? Compared to what they got over at the Travel Channel, they're not. I hate to say they're not even in the ballpark. I mean, they kind of have really kind of taken food programming to the limit. So the people over at the Food Network, they got their work cut out for them because, again, who was it? I mean, Rachel Ray may or may not necessarily float your boat in many respects.
But Man vs. Food sure does. I'll tell you that.
Man versus food.
Hey, I'll tell you, I'm going to take my own CRN What's Cooking Show Man vs. Food challenge. There is a noodle place out here in downtown Los Angeles, a mere 20 minutes from the studio, where Man vs. Food did a Man vs. Food challenge.
Oh, did they? Have they been there before?
They've been there before, and it was the spicy noodle pot. I don't have the name of the restaurant. I'll bring it in for a later edition. But it's a spicy noodle joint, and you go in there, and apparently the broth for this spicy soup is so hot that it is considered a challenge, and if you complete the bowl of soup, you get your picture on the wall.
Oh, that is very interesting.
So I'm going to do that as part of the CRN What's Cooking Man versus Food
Well,
challenge.
that isn't a consumption effort. That's just a tolerance level.
It's a tolerance effort. Apparently the broth is so spicy
Wow.
that it's almost unbearable.
That would have to be very, very spicy.
I'm hoping Mike Horn can join me. I know Mike is not a big fan of spicy food, but we'll see if he can take a few sips.
Unfortunately, not enough time to get on into other items in food news, but if I'm just going to quickly mention, this is for our Arizona listeners, and I hope this isn't politically incorrect, and I don't even know how they're going ahead and doing this, but out of Tucson, there is a taco restaurant, Boca Taco y Tequila.
Oh, yeah.
And they are, have you heard of it?
Oh, yeah. Boca Taco y Tequila.
They're doing the Lion Taco?
The lion's share of tacos, yeah. $9 for you get your lion taco.
$8.75.
Would you try it? Would you do it?
Oh, it'd be like eating Kimba the Lion.
That's how I felt a little bad about it, too. Yeah.
We'll find out. Hopefully, I hate to say hopefully it isn't so, but I think it is.
Who's watching your home when you're not there?